Hello and welcome back to my channel. So, I had a super busy week last week, so I had like no content and I didn't post anything at all. Basically, I was working 2 jobs and had a lot of classwork for my summer classes to do, so I just didn't have time to film. And like when I had free time, I literally just wanted to sleep because I was so tired. But we're back and we're better than ever. So for today's video, I kind of just wanted to talk about how I keep track of like working 3 jobs and like being in 3 summer classes, like having all these due dates, and like how I kind of manage to like keep myself sane and like not go crazy. There's definitely times, like last week, definitely times where I felt like I was gonna go crazy because I was like, I have so many things to do, like I'm so stressed out, I have no time to just like sit and slow down and chill. And so I thought I'd just make this little video in case anybody else was in the same boat, or will be when school starts. So I'm just going to talk about how I keep myself accountable and how I just make sure that I like get all my things done and keep track of like my entire life, basically. I'm just a fool to keep. So my first thing that I do that is my saving grace is my planner. So I started to do this new thing this summer where I was doing like a bullet planner instead of buying a planner from Target or something, just because I think with creating your own planner, like you just are able to put in things that like you need. So like if you want to like schedule out your time hour by hour, or if you need lists for like groceries or like just extra notes pages, like it's kind of nice to just be able to like put in what you need. So I start with like 2 months, so this was May and June, and then for me, mine is pretty simple. I just do like so it's kind of like that, and then I kind of color code, so like blue is for work or class, red is for things I need to do, and purple is for events. And so that kind of helps me keep track of like, oh, like this is what I need to do, this is an event that I'm going to, or I have to go to work then. So like it's nice to have that color code because then it's just easier when I like look at it, I know exactly what it means, and that definitely helps a lot. And then I have like an extra spot right there for just notes. That's usually just like my to-do, like stuff that I kind of want to accomplish by the end of the week, as opposed to like stuff that I need to accomplish that day. And I found that this has been so helpful for me. Like I just like, also it's just very aesthetically pleasing. Like I just like having like all of this open space, and like I have my own like highlighting, color coding system. So that's super nice, and it's definitely helps me stay organized. I basically just wake up in the morning, I open this buddy up, and I'm like, okay, so like today I'm going to work at 11 to 2, and then after that I have a discussion board due, or I have to study for an exam, and then I'm going to work like 4 to 10. So like it's really nice to just like see it all laid out, and then I can kind of manage my time through that, and that's just been like super helpful. And I definitely like doing this a lot better than having a planner that's already made for me, just because I feel like when I put more effort into like making the actual planner, then I like put more effort into managing my time and planning my week out. So that's like my number one thing that keeps me organized. I love my planner. I try to like take it everywhere I go, and it just really helps me like keep my mind focused and like know where I need to focus my time to. I'm chasing after nothing great. So the second thing that I usually always have with me and that keeps me sane is my journal. I love journaling, and I have been journaling since I was in 3rd grade. I don't journal like every single day, but I definitely try to journal at least 3 to 4 times a week. I think it's a really good way to slow down and just like evaluate how you're feeling, and like, I don't know, I just like talk about my day, or if I'm like having some blocked emotions, like I write that out and I talk about it. I find that like writing things out really helps me just like organize my thoughts, and it makes me feel a lot less like clutter brained. Is that a word? I don't know if that's a word, but it helps me just like process my emotions. And I think it's really easy to like get really swept up in your like busy day-to-day life and like not give yourself time to just like slow down and like evaluate like, how am I feeling today, and like, am I performing as well as I want to be, and like, if I'm not, why, and like, if I am, how can I keep this going. I think just like writing things down is a super helpful way to just like give yourself like a 10-15 minute break to just like, I just like choked on my spit. Ew. Sorry. So I don't know. I just love journaling, and it's definitely something that gets me out of ruts. Like if I'm feeling sad, or if I'm feeling really overwhelmed or stressed out, like it feels so much better to just like get it all out on paper and like not have it just be like bottled up inside of me, because then I like freak out and like start crying or something, and like that's productive, but like I don't want to be crying every day. So like I definitely journal to prevent that from happening, and to just like give myself time to reflect. And it definitely forces me to slow down when I'm like having a crazy week. I just like sit down in my journal and I take a deep breath, and I'm like, okay, like 10 to 15 minutes, and honestly sometimes not even that long, like 5 to 10 minutes like is all that I need to just like collect myself and like write down how I'm feeling, or like write down what I'm doing today. And like it's just super helpful, and I definitely recommend it to anyone. I know a lot of people are like, I don't really know how to start, or like I don't really know what to write about, and like honestly it's really up to you. Like you could literally write like, I woke up this morning, I made myself breakfast, and I'm going to the pool. Like that's it. Like literally you don't have to like get super deep and be like, oh my god, like this is what I want to do with the rest of my life, like blah blah blah. Like obviously you can if that's something you want to do, but it's like when you're just starting off journaling, like when you don't know where to start, like there's not really a right or wrong answer. So I just always say like literally write down whatever comes to mind, and like it'll all just start flowing. And like once you get yourself in that habit, it's just a really good like mechanism to just slow down during your day. And I think it's really important to have like 5 to 10 minutes each day where you're just with yourself and your thoughts, and you can reflect on like whatever you want to reflect on. So that's another tactic that keeps me sane. And I love my journal. I have like this shoebox full of all of my old journals, and I love to just like go back and read them from when I was in 4th grade and I'm like stressed out about my like math homework that's like learning multiplication or something. Kind of keeps you humble, and I'm like, okay, like at least, you know, like I didn't realize things would get worse, but like I got through multiplication, I can get through this. So like it definitely helps me just like kind of put things into perspective. So I love to journal, and I definitely recommend it to anybody who is kind of just stressed out and needs to figure out a strategy to just like slow themselves down throughout their day. You're just a fool to keep pretending that. Finally, the third and last thing that I do is I like to meditate. And like people think meditation and they think like literally sitting cross-legged and like for like 20 minutes, but it's really not how it has to be. You can meditate literally anywhere. I like to do it before I go to bed. So I'll be just like laying in my bed, and I do like a sleep meditation. So it's like basically just like rhythmic breathing, and it's like strategic breathing. So you breathe like, I can't really remember what it is. I say I do this, I don't do this every night. Like, I don't do it every night. I do it a lot when I get stressed out. So like, that's usually when I do it. And I haven't really been stressed out in a while, so I haven't done it in a while, but you can just look it up. You can look up a lot of different meditation exercises, and like, you can literally just be like sitting on the couch, or like you can lay down, you can sit in a chair. Like, it's not like this whole thing, and like, you don't need to meditate for like a freaking hour, you know? Like, that's not, I mean, if you want to, go ahead, but like, I can't sit down and like not do anything for that long. So I usually meditate for, well, when I do my sleep meditation, I just do it until I fall asleep. And then when I do my like morning meditation, or like I'm feeling really strung out and I need to just like sit down for a couple minutes, like I'll do like a 2 to 3 minute meditation, and like I just close my eyes and like focus on my breathing and like try to clear my mind. And like, if I if I feel myself thinking about other things that I shouldn't be thinking about, like things that are stressing me out, like I bring my thoughts back to my breath and like back to my focus, and like I just like put all of my focus and energy into like inhaling and exhaling. And like, I find that it literally clears my mind so well. Like 2 to 3 minutes of meditation, literally, like I feel the stress actually like go out of my body when I exhale, and it's so amazing. Like, I love meditation, and it is a really hard thing to get into. It took me like 4 years, I think. Like, I always tried to meditate because like I went through a phase where I loved doing yoga all the time, and so like meditation is a big part of yoga, and I like could not do it. Like, I was like, I literally can't focus. Like, I can't stay still. I can't like not let my mind drift off. But like, with it just takes a lot of practice, and you have to like want to actually do it. And like, it doesn't help everyone, so like, I don't know, it works for some people, it doesn't work for others, but like, for me, it's a really good way for me to just like put my focus on something so simple as breathing. And then like, once I get that in control, it's a lot easier for me to like go about my day and like check off all my to-do lists. And like, I don't know, it just like is a good way for me to, again, like slow down and just like focus on something other than everything that's stressing me out. So those are all the ways that I manage to like try to keep my calm, especially when things are getting really crazy. So like the beginning of the school year, when classes are starting again and you're figuring out your schedule and work and all of your other extracurricular activities, it's kind of hard to like, I don't know, manage all of that at once. So if any of these things seem like they could be helpful for you and your busy schedule, like I hope you learn to apply it. And if not, then I'm sorry. Like, I don't know. These are the things that I do, and like, they're not gonna help everybody. So I definitely just encourage you, find something that like kind of grounds you, and find something that brings you back to yourself and your focus, just so like you don't get so overwhelmed by life, because it's so easy to like get really caught up in I don't know, like school and work and like having to do all these things and like never getting time to yourself. And I think it's really important to like always have time to slow down throughout your day or throughout your week, just so you can evaluate like, am I performing the best that I can? Like, am I being the best me possible? And like, what is holding me back from doing so? Like, do I feel overwhelmed? Do I feel stuck and stressed? Like, those are just not good feelings, and like, I know what it's like to be like drowning in all of that. So I wanted to just give a couple suggestions on how you can ease your stress and kind of make that not go away, but like more manageable. So that's all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for letting me share my tips and tricks, and I hope that they can be of some use to you. I will try to post another video this week, but I do work a lot at the end of the week, so that's why I try to put a video in at the beginning of the week. But thank you so much for watching. Remember to like if this video was helpful for you at all, and subscribe if you want to see more of me. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you guys in my next video.